Thank you very much, Rob. And as you can tell from what I'm wearing, I make Lucky Charms every day. I am very fortunate to be up here talking to you today, and really I have to thank you for this opportunity, because without the FIERF Scholarship, I likely would have been directed to the forging industry, so thank you very much. With that scholarship, it really helped me get through school, because I paid for all of my own schooling through working in the campus machine shop, applying for scholarships, and also through internships. So working over the summer or through co-ops is what got me the money to pay for my schooling. The FIERF Scholarship is sizable, and it's very prominent in the metallurgy department. That's what a lot of the students strive for, is to win that one. So it gets a lot of applicants, so you are drawing from a good pool of applicants. Once I started at Scott Forge, I worked with a lot of our metallurgists. I got to work in the lab polishing micros, making micrographs, the mechanical testing room. They let me work with the CNC machines. I got 2 weeks out on the shop floor sweeping dies, working with the forging crews. They really tossed me all around the industry, and it let me get a broad knowledge of the forging industry. And it was really a great experience. It allowed me to understand the culture of the forging industry, and really that's what that started leading me down this path. There was one individual, Pat Nowak, one of our metallurgists, that has a blacksmith shop in his garage. Now, think blacksmith shop, probably an anvil, a couple of hammers. No, he's got a wall full of tongs, hammers, a 300-pound mechanical hammer, a 50-pound mechanical hammer, all sorts of machines. And he kind of took me under his wing, brought me in, and started teaching me blacksmithing. Taught me how to heat treat, out of a bucket of water, a bucket of oil. And that's really, that experience, along with working at Scott Forge, is what allowed me to catch the forging bug, so to speak. Now, if the worst thing coming from catching that bug is a well-trained liver, then I think I'm doing pretty well. That experience with the blacksmithing, I brought that back to campus, and I started a blacksmithing club there. So for 2 years, as I was finishing up my school, I was teaching other students how to blacksmith. I was putting on demonstrations on campus. We were drawing crowds of 50 to 100 people. Now, a lot of people are coming up and they don't know anything about blacksmithing, anything about forging. So we're showing them the process, and we're teaching them about the industry. They're going to take that out to their friends, their family, and spread the word. Really what this scholarship is about is drawing in people, spreading that knowledge through word of mouth, because we all have industries that are really cool. We work for them. We started these businesses. We stay with them for lots of reasons, because we're interested in them. They're very cool to us. We just have to let other people know about it and draw them in through that. They're going to be interested for the same reason you were interested when you started with them. And with that starting of that blacksmithing club, Rolla has seen the benefit of that, and they're investing in a 10,000 square foot facility for both blacksmithing and glass blowing. It's to get the students in, get them hands-on. If they experience that and develop a hobby with it, develop a passion with it, they're going to stick with that industry. So things like Rob was talking about with the ASM teachers camps. I've gone around and given 3 speeches now at those camps, and talking to the teachers. They are really concerned about where those students are going, what their future's looking like. And as we all know, the forging future is very prominent. It's going to be around for a long time. It's been around for a long time. So they're excited to get their students into metallurgy, into materials. So they're going to stick with those businesses because they know it's going to be a viable option for them for careers for the future. along with ASM teachers camps. There's the MS&T conferences and high school workshops, along with high school work studies. Scott Forge, we bring on high school students not only to work in the shop, machine shop, Ford shop, but IT, and we even brought on a marketing intern, or not intern, but high school work study this year. So we're starting to develop that pool to pull from at an earlier age. The FIERF Scholarship comes in because now once we've developed that pool to pull from, you have to hook them. So we hook them by giving them a scholarship and, more importantly, giving them a job. As Brian was talking about yesterday, how do we start by changing the world? You go to work. So if we give them a job, we're going to start changing the forging industry, because they're going to come in, they're going to learn your culture, they're going to learn about the forging industry itself. They're going to get excited about things because forgings go into everything. We know that we play a part in almost every major manufacturing out there. So once they get excited about it, they're going to stick with it, and they're either going to go back to work for your company or a supplier or a customer, and that's going to spread the culture of this forging industry around. With the internships themselves, it's an excellent form of recruiting. So like I said, you're spreading the culture, you're spreading the knowledge, it's marketing, but not just that, you get a very inexpensive form of labor. You get somebody that comes in, performs projects, R&D, helps out the other metallurgists, helps out the guys on the shop floor through either a summer internship, about 3 months, or you can go longer for a co-op, about 7 months. I'm in charge of the internship program, at least for metallurgy at Scott Forge, so hiring, interviewing, and mentoring all of these students. And I have to say, once you get them in, they see the large forgings, they see the hot metal, they see these processes happening, they get excited about it. And just recently, one of my interns, and each one of them has done this, but it stands out in my mind because it happened very recently. He walks up to me and he's like, what would it take for me to give a tour here? I'm like, well, I'm guessing your family's coming in, maybe some friends, and you want to show off the company. He's like, this place is so cool. I've just been telling them about it. Every day they have to see this. They just can't understand. I've brought my family through for tours, and my uncle was coming through, and he used to work in a machine shop. Well, it was much, much smaller, and he comes through and he points to a round bar on the floor and he goes, "That's huge. Is that a boring bar?" Yes, it is. He's like, "We used to make parts half that size." So just bringing them in. Once you get them hooked with the FIERF Scholarship, and you get them hooked by giving them a job and an opportunity to start a career in the forging industry, that's really what we need to be driving towards and need to be continuing. So I want to thank you again for the opportunity that you all gave me, and the opportunity that I am now giving back to the industry by going around to the ASM teachers camps. I've given 2 speeches at FIA technical conferences. I'm part of the FIA technical committee. So once we bring on these interns, they're going to start changing the industry itself from the inside out, and they're going to be continuing what you're all doing here today. So thank you very much.